Hi Frank, and welcome to the Chef Masterclasses kitchen.
Thank you, Wendy.
And how have you liked it so far?
Oh, it's been great fun actually. Really enjoyed myself.
Excellent. Now I was watching you make your beautiful sweet and sour rabbit. What inspired you to come up with that dish?
That's actually a dish. When we were researching one of our books, we ran into this chef in Spain, in Cordoba, and he'd done actually a lot of research on dishes from Spain's history of that Moorish occupation, so Middle Eastern sort of flavours. And this is one of the dishes out of his book. He was telling us about it, and it's a dish that we've sort of started serving at MoVida as a regular item.
Fantastic. You like the game meats a lot, don't you?
I do love game in season, especially around autumn time. But rabbit's one of those dishes, that it has got a little bit of gaminess to it, but it's not over the top. It takes a lot of flavours of the sauce in really well, and to me it's almost like chicken, except it has a little bit extra oomph in its meat flavour.
Underground chicken.
Exactly, underground chicken.
So tell us how you got involved in cooking in the first place.
Well, at home when I was very young, my parents would always be making all sorts of things, whether they be small goods, hams. They used to make Spanish hams, chorizo, with secura and olives. Basically everything was made at home, out of necessity, because when they came out here, you couldn't buy those things. So I think we came out in '76 or so, and they'd never made them in Spain, but if they wanted to eat a chorizo, basically it's either make it yourself or don't ever eat one again until up until recently. So those things really were part of my upbringing.
You make a chorizo?
Yeah.
You want a chorizo, you make a chorizo? That's
exactly
great.
Right. Well, in the '70s that was it.
Easy.
Well, they didn't know how to do it, but the thing is that they had friends like in the Spanish community, and one person might know how to make ham. One person might know how to cure an olive, and they all just shared that information, and so they all started doing their own things.
And where was this?
Well, actually, I grew up in Geelong, so there's quite a strong Spanish community down in Geelong.
So where did you start your cooking career?
I started cooking while I was at uni, so before I even did it, as a serious profession, I'd always work my way through, uni, working in kitchens. I started as a kitchen hand, scrubbing dishes, and short order cook in a couple of restaurants in Geelong, and then realised, actually, I really enjoyed doing this, and found myself drawn into that a bit more. And then eventually I said, if I want to do this seriously, I've got to start an apprenticeship. And I started an apprenticeship, got my foot in the door in a restaurant in Lorne, stayed there a while, and then moved to Melbourne and got a bit more serious about it.
Fantastic. And that was when Guy Grossi took you under his wing?
Well, yeah, Guy helped us. Guy gave me a job as an apprentice early on, and certainly learned a lot about with him, and also his dad at that stage, which was a great influence, great cook, and also Chris Rodriguez, who's Guy's right-hand man, who's also Spanish as well, was a wonderful cook to learn from.
Are you finding a lot of similarities between Italian and Spanish food?
Well, I think there is. I mean, obviously, being so close together, there's definitely ingredients and flavours that are very similar. But I think the most important thing I learnt about working there was just having confidence in showing the cuisine as it is, and being confident that simple and good can be magnificent as well. So I think that's the best thing I learnt there.
Can you believe that Spanish cooking is so hot in Australia right now?
Oh, it's amazing. I was blown away. I went to, for instance, Queensland. I went to Brisbane just recently. There's been an absolute explosion of Spanish food there. It's just out, there's so many really good restaurants that are doing Spanish food. Melbourne's been like that for a while. Sydney's sort of getting there as well. There's quite a few good Spanish restaurants opening up. It really is becoming one of the major cuisines in Australia.
Yeah. So if people wanted to cook Spanish food at home, what would be the key things that they should have in their pantry?
Look, I think the one Spanish hero ingredient is jamón. It's Spanish ham. It's the one thing that I love to eat. The first thing I get to Spain, the first thing I've got to do is find some good ham on the bone, eat it at a great bar, and it's absolutely beautiful. But we also use it a lot in our cooking. We use the bones, we use the offcuts to flavour stocks and soups, and it's really important also in all sorts of different ways. Paprika is the other ingredient that's extremely important. There's a whole variety of paprikas, and there's all different ways to use them. But to me, it's that base core. It's a cornerstone of Spanish flavour. It's like the dashi of Spanish food, and it's incredibly important. But then there's all these spices as well. What makes Spanish food even more exciting to me is the exotic quality of it. Different from Italian or French is you know, we've had this, you know, 800-year occupation by the Moors, and that footprint is still in the food. So, you know, we use saffron, we use cardamom, we use cumin, you know, all these sort of really exotic, you know, sweet and sour and fruit and in main courses. So that's what makes it sort of different to those other European cuisines.
So what's the one food that you can't go without?
Yeah, really, it's one of the dishes I grew up with, and it's strangely enough tripe. I don't know why it is, and I'm sure most people wouldn't enjoy that at all, but it's one of those dishes that I remember as a child. I still have to have every now and again. You know, my mum will make it for me, or I'll make it occasionally. You know, it's you know, tripe cooked with chorizo, a little bit of tomato, touch of chilli, chickpeas, just cooked really gently and slowly. I don't know why it's one of my favourites, but it is.
Anything else that's on your favourite list?
Favourite food-wise? You know, when I go to the Vic Market, you go into that barrec shop, I'm addicted to those things. I don't know if anyone's ever been there, but I will, you know, if I go to the Vic Market to buy stuff, I have to get two of those things every time I go. They're very addictive and very delicious. You know, Vanessa, who's my partner, she's a chef as well, so she's always coming up with great food at home, because you know, she hardly gets a chance to, well, she doesn't work in the kitchen at the restaurant anymore, so she's always, you know, she loves Kylie Kwong, and she cooks directly out of all her cookbooks and absolutely loves it. So I have to say Asian food is probably my favourite food at home, to be honest.
Mate, you were born in Australia. Are you a Vegemite man?
I was born in Spain.
You were actually born in Spain? Okay.
Yeah. I haven't got a Spanish
Just
accent
before.
because, yeah, well, I came out here when we were nearly 5, so
I'd imagine there wouldn't have been a lot of Vegemite in your house.
No, but I love Vegemite.
Oh, good.
Yeah. No, my mum eats Vegemite, and yeah, we love it. It's great.
Oh, fantastic.
It's one of those things you pick up.
It's your last day on this planet. What would you eat?
You could go anywhere.
And you could go anywhere.
Fantastic. I think I'd probably reminisce on a dinner I had once, which was in a small town called Hetarien in San Sebastian in the Basque Country. It was magnificent. It was, you know, right on the edge of the port. They just cooked these magnificent large turbots. They're just a big flat fish.
What's a turbot?
It's like a flatfish. It looks
Like
like
a
a flounder,
flounder?
but it's much larger with lovely, you know, really quite juicy, thick fillets on there. And they just cook it over really nice charcoal, a slightly acidic sauce. And yeah, sensational, especially the location and it's a great product like that.
Thank you for joining us in the Chef Masterclasses kitchen.
Thank you.
It's been fun getting to know you.
You too. Thank you, Wendy.
Looking forward to that rabbit.